Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ozarks Sports Report podcast. I'm here with the head coach of the Crane Pirates once again, Coach Bryan Harmon, and we're going to do another weekly recap with the head coach of the Crane Pirates. Recapping the games from this week, the Pirates went down to their neighbors to the south, Galena, and they defeated Galena 7-4. Then they traveled to the east to Wright County, Missouri, into the town of Hartville, and they were in the Hartville tournament, and they played Gainesville, which they beat Gainesville 10-2. And then they lost to Norwood 4-2. And then they went back to Hartville for the third place game between Crane and Willow Springs, and they defeated Willow Springs 14-4. Coach, what was the driving force for those three wins from this week?
I would have to say pitching was the main thing. On Wednesday at Galena, Wyatt Vaught threw one of the best games I've ever seen him throw. Had 10 strikeout night. Kept the good hitters of Galena in check, and we were able to get a 7-4 win. And then Friday night, Nick Brannon pitched great, got his first career complete game. Just handled things well, threw strikes, kept the ball down, used his defense. Colby Smith, even in a loss, he pitched really well, kept hitters off balance, and did the things he does well. And then today, in the third place game, Harley Howard had probably the best pitching performance he's had in a 5-inning complete game effort, and was just very effective.
With that advantage, what were the disadvantages that you saw from this week?
Galena, we hadn't been on the field much lately, and defense was shaky at times. We botched a couple of rundowns that cost us, and that stuff, we know will get better. Over the weekend, thought defense improved, but we also we had one inning today in the third place game where we just kicked it around, and you just can't do that. That's going to get you beat in closer games.
And then with those disadvantages that you saw this week, what are the corrections that you're going to make on your team coming into the games coming up this week?
Well, we've got 3 days to practice starting Monday before we play again at Forsyth on Thursday. What I plan to do, Monday we're going to have an all-hitting practice. Tuesday we're going to have an all-defense practice. And then Wednesday we'll just have a nice mix, which is a normal practice for us, where we'll do some of both going into the game on Thursday.
And then with the after those corrections that you were going to make, now we move on to the players that you think shined out, or our players of the week that we like to call. Who are the individuals that you would point out that shined out on the diamond this week?
Well, offensively, Darren Terrell continued to be on the tear that he's on, just putting hits together, all kinds of hits. He'll bloop the ball in, he'll hit line drives over the outfielders' heads, he'll bunt singles, just whatever it takes. And then our pitching was huge. Like I said before, couple complete games, some big strikeout efforts. The guys I mentioned that started did a great job, but then Colton Elder had one relief appearance where he got a save against Galena, and then Brent Williams had a couple batter appearance last night and did a great job there. And then today Colton Elder was in a little bit of a funk offensively and broke out of that with a grand slam and a 2-run home run.
And then if you were to give any credit to the coaches of Galena, Gainesville, Norwood, and Willow Springs that you guys faced, what would your words be to the coaches of Timmy Townsend, the coach of Gainesville, Coach Miller, and Coach Forrest of Willow Springs?
Just all of them, just keep doing what you're doing. They're all good coaches. We did get to win 3 out of 4. Coach Miller at Norwood, we've split with them now, and he just does a great job. Like I think I said last night, they're kind of a mirror of us, and I think he does a good job with the players he has. And the other guys, Gainesville, Willow Springs, we don't see them much, but it's nice to get out and play some other teams. We've done a lot of traveling this year. I think we were discussing not long ago that we've played 10 games and only 2 of those teams are within 80 miles of Crane. We've really traveled a lot because we try to branch out, see good programs, good coaches. Not that there's not any of those around here, because there's a ton of those around here. We just try to spread out, and these guys do a great job. Coach Townsend at Galena, he's shown their team has shown a big improvement over the fall, so he's doing a great job.
I'm here with the head coach of the Crane Pirates, Coach Bryan Harmon, after a 7-4 victory over Galena. Coach Harmon, what was the initial game plan coming into this game against Galena?
Well, it's been 11 days since we've played, and we spent a lot of time indoors in the cage. Yesterday was the first day we've been out on a field since the day at Russellville. And, we've worked on a lot of things hitting-wise, and the guys executed some of it today, and some of it's still yet to come. They got to still make some improvements, but, not to give away a lot to our opponents, but we've got a good game plan at the plate, and some guys stepped up and executed when we needed it.
And with this team of Galena that you guys saw with Luke Burke on the mound, what would your words be to Coach Townsend and Galena?
Coach does a great job. In the fall he was kind of shorthanded. He had a couple kids that weren't playing, and he got those kids back, and 2 kids do make a big difference. They not only on the mound, but their bats in the lineup, and they just make their defense better. They make everybody around them more comfortable. Burke did a great job on the mound today. A little wild early and settled in and pitched really well.
And with your guys that come out and brought the sticks tonight to propel that 7-4 win, what player do you think shined out tonight against Galena?
All through the lineup we did some good things. Darren Terrell continued hitting well. I think he got at least one hit. He may have got a couple. Big double over the left fielder's head, kind of got a rally started. Chase Conrad was thrust into action before the game. We had an injury to Heath Quick, and Chase wasn't in the lineup. I put Chase in the lineup. He ends up getting a opposite field single, and if you know Chase, he's not an opposite field type hitter, so that's a big progress for him. We thought for a minute maybe it was his first career hit, but he did have one in the fall, so Chase did a good job. We just all throughout the lineup we got some bunts down. We did some good things.
And you guys are going to be going into the Hartville tournament over in Hartville. What is going to be the game plan going up against the teams that you're going to face in the Hartville tournament?
Well, we found out this afternoon that the schedule's changed a little bit. All right, we're in the same pool that we were, but instead of playing 1 Friday and 2 Saturday, we're going to play both of our pool games Friday night. We'll play Gainesville at 6, and followed by Norwood at 8. And we don't know anything about Gainesville, haven't played them in a few years, and we do know Norwood's really good. We went over there and did some good things against them, and had a good offensive game against them.
Thanks for taking the time with us, Coach Harmon, and best of luck in the Hartville tournament.
Thank you.
I'm here with the catcher of the Crane Pirates, Darren Terrell, after he had a pretty good game tonight against the Galena Bears. Darren, what was the game plan for you coming into this game against Galena?
Just hit the ball up the middle and hope to get hits and RBIs.
And what was Coach Harmon's words to you before today's game against Galena?
Just play our best and try to strike them out, get outs.
And with the pitcher of Luke Burke that you guys faced against Galena and Coach Townsend, what would your words be to Galena's team with Coach Townsend?
Galena's a pretty good team, and I'll just say that just keep doing what they've been doing.
And you guys are going to be going into the Hartville tournament, which is going to be this weekend. What's your game plan going to be against these the teams that you guys are going to be facing in the Hartville tournament?
Just take a hit one by one, move the chain, and get runs.
Thanks for taking the time with us, Darren, and best of luck in the Hartville tournament.
All right, thank you.
I'm here with head coach of the Crane Pirates, Coach Bryan Harman, after a good performance with both Gainesville and Norwood. First off, starting off with our questions, Coach Harman, what was the initial outcome of going into these games between Gainesville and Norwood?
Well, we knew coming into this tournament we'd have our hands full. This is a very tough tournament. We were in a tough pool. Gainesville, don't know a lot about them. We don't play them much. We came out, got a couple runs early. Nick Brannon got his first career win on the mound, and he just kind of held them in check. Six inning complete game because of the time limit, but struck out 8, did a good job, and we put up a couple big innings, and were able to get some distance.
And with the performance that you guys had against Norwood, even though it was a loss, what would your words be to your guys that came out and played against Norwood?
Well, didn't have a lot of words because it was so cold when we got done. We didn't speak very long, but I told them, not to hang their heads. We got a third place game tomorrow because we lost that game. But, us in Norwood, we're kind of mirrors of each other. I guess it's kind of ironic that we're both called the Pirates, but our teams are so similar. Coaches think alike. We work hard in the same direction, and our kids played well. We came up short. Had the tying run on second, winning run or go ahead run on first when the game ended, and we went down fighting. But we saw probably the best pitcher we've seen all year, and the sophomore that they threw on the mound, and he was pretty dominant early, and then we put together some good at bats against him late.
And if you had any words to say for Norwood and Gainesville that you guys played tonight over in Hartville in that tournament, what would your words be to both Gainesville and Norwood?
Gainesville, I'm impressed. Coach there, his first year there, they're so much better than they were last year, it seemed like. So I know he's doing some good things, made some adjustments in the game. you can tell by visiting with the coach what kind of coach he is, and he's got the respect of his kids, and he works them hard. Coach Miller at Norwood, we've developed a friendship over the last couple of years since he's been there, and we've had a rivalry. Last year they pounded us pretty well at our place. We went back, played them in the tournament, and beat them to get to the championship game. This year we handled them pretty well at their place, and then in the game tonight they paid us back and they made it the championship. It's just a battle every time we play them.
And then you're coming up against Willow Springs. That's coming in the third place game tomorrow night at Hartville. What is going to be the ingredients that you're going to bring to propel a third place win against Willow Springs?
The first ingredient is sleep. I got to get these kids home. Returned back to school at 1 a.m. and a little after 1 a.m. actually, and I told them to get home and sleep. Not to sleep right up till bus time because I don't want them showing up groggy. But we're gonna leave around noon, go get them something nice to eat, and on the way, and then we'll get over there and try to win a third place game. And Willow Springs always tough. Coach Forrest always, he works them and he does a great job with them. It's a Class 3 program, and we're gonna have to come to play. Harley Howard on the mound, and he's gonna compete for us like he always does. But we're just gonna have to come, and we can't be feeling sorry for ourselves because we're not in the championship. If the first team that does that's gonna get knocked around pretty good.
Thanks for taking the time with us, Coach Harmon. Get some rest, and we will see you tomorrow at Hartville.
Thanks for your coverage, Adam.
I'm here with Nick Brandon, the starting pitcher from the Gainesville game. Nick Brandon, what was the outcome of the game against Gainesville?
We won 8-2, and I struck out 8 of them.
All right, and what was Coach Harmon's words to you before going to the game against Gainesville and Norwood, both games?
Well, when I was at Gainesville, he just told me to throw strikes. I threw strikes, and then at the Norwood game, I just tried to stay warm and do whatever I could.
And then you're going to be playing Willow Springs in the third place game that's going to be coming up. What are Coach Harmon's words going to be to you that will propel a win against Willow Springs?
Just stay focused. Don't take anything for granted. Just get the outs and try to get on base.
Thanks for taking the time with us, Nick Brandon, and best of luck today in the Willow Springs tournament.
All right, thank you, Adam.
Our first ever Ozarks Sports Report Player of the Week goes to Crane's Colton Elder after he hit 2 home runs against Willow Springs in the third place game of the Hartville tournament and became the first ever Pirate to have a multi-home run game since Jonah Walker on March 19th, 2013. So once again, he has been named the Ozarks Sports Report Player of the Week. All right, I'm here with senior Colton Elder after he hit a grand slam and a 2-run home run in the third place game against Hartville. Colton, what was the fuel that helped you deliver those 2 homers that you hit against Willow Springs?
I just got up to the plate and I realized there was a job that needed to be done, and I just put the ball in play, and I guess the winds were on my side and it just happened to go over.
And then with the pitching of Harley Howard that backed you up on the mound, what would your words be to your teammate Harley Howard?
He pitched really excellent. He did what he needed to do. He threw for ground balls and he threw plenty of strikes. I was really proud of his effort today.
And before those 2 at-bats that delivered those balls that were out of the ballpark at Hartville. What were Coach Harmon's words to you before you stepped in the batter's box for both those at bats?
He just told me to be relaxed and do my best to bring the runners in that were on base.
And now you got Forsyth that's going to be coming up on Thursday. What's Coach Harmon going to be telling you to beat Forsyth on Thursday?
Just to stay focused and not dwell on the past of the past few games and just do what we need to do to get the job done.
Thanks for taking the time with us, Colton Elder, and best of luck with you guys with Forsyth.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with another senior, Colby Smith, after he had 2 hits tonight against Willow Springs. Colby, what was the game plan that helped you deliver those 2 hits that you had against Willow Springs?
Mainly, I was just trying to do my job like everybody else in the lineup, and it just worked out for me tonight, and I got the hits and scored some runs.
And with the defense that backed you up and the pitching from Harley Howard that helped deliver you that 14-4 win over Willow Springs, what would your words be to the starting pitcher tonight, Harley Howard?
I'm really proud of him. He went out there and he did his job good, and we're all really proud of him for his effort, and he did an amazing job.
And before you stepped into the plate to deliver those 2 hits tonight against Willow Springs, what was Coach Harmon's words to you before you stepped in the batter's box for both of those at-bats?
Well, whenever I was up to bat, the home runs were hit recently, so he was just telling me to put a ball in play and keep the inning going, basically.
And you got Forsyth that's going to be coming up on Thursday. What is Coach Harmon's words going to be to you against Forsyth?
Just keep putting the ball in play and make them work on the defense, and hopefully we can bat around.
All right, thanks for taking the time with us, Colby, and best of luck with you guys on Thursday against Forsyth.
All right, thank you.
Okay, that is going to wrap up our show for today. We hope you enjoyed our show, and we hope you enjoyed us sitting down once again with the head coach of the Crane Pirates, Coach Bryan Harman. And if you want to stay connected with them on our social media, be sure to like them on Facebook. Follow on Twitter. Their Twitter is Crane_Coach. Once again, that's Crane_Coach if you want to follow them on Twitter. And be sure to stay connected with the Crane Pirates throughout the season. And if you want to stay connected with us through our social media, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out our website. Our website is ozarksportsreport.wixsite.com/ozarksportsreport. So once again, I want to say thank you all for joining us for today, and we hope to see you guys in the next show. Have a good day, everybody.